Hi, it's Alicia and welcome back to my channel. It's been such a long time since I've done a YouTube video. So I wanted to first of all say I'm sorry for that, and it's been because I've not been feeling well for the last couple of months and I've been taking the time for recovery, and yeah, it's just been taking quite a while and I'm still not fully recovered, but I wanted to pop by and say hello. And first of all, it's been a year since I've done YouTube, so I wanted to say thank you. And I really wanted to actually do the video last month, but I wasn't able to, so yeah, forgive me for that. And I wanted to give you guys some stats because it's quite mind baffling when you hear these stats from the first year and the first months technically. So yeah, first of all, there were 10,400 views from the entire YouTube whatever videos I've created, and then there were 220 hours of watch time that everyone's watched altogether my videos, and that's equivalent to 13,200 minutes, which is quite surprising for me. And that's a figure that really got me thinking that 13,200 minutes, I had to think about that. 13,200 minutes people have watched my videos, so 220 hours, and that's so much. And I was just thinking that people chose to spend time to watch my video, and I'm really grateful for that because time is precious to a lot of people, and people chose, even for me, but people chose to watch my videos, and like those videos weren't even perfect, obviously, because perfect is only an idealized notion. But beyond that, I was still learning a lot of things, and for people to see the potential and to watch each video and to hear me out, I'm so thoroughly grateful for that. And for me, it was all about providing content that someone could be inspired from, or people find that connect, that can be quite life-changing in a beautiful way possible. And for me, like, creation brings that expression for me, and it's just so beautiful to let out a part of my character or my beliefs or something that's quite helpful for me, and for people to see and view and spend time on listening to or watching. It's just quite beautiful to even like imagine those things. And I'll be honest, I didn't think these numbers would even be that far as I thought was possible, but I'm just grateful and I'm appreciative of the time that people have spent. So yeah, and there's been 643 subscribers, and for me, like, I'll be honest, like, I didn't even imagine that. I just thought I'm creating and I hope it helps someone. For me, I'm not about quantitative numbers and what the facts say, what the statistics say, but just hearing those numbers or seeing those numbers, like, I wanted to give that to the audience, whoever's watching as well, because you guys have helped that happen and you guys have played a part in that, and that's what makes me want to produce something that's helpful for you guys, or inspiring, or just entertaining even, and thought-provoking. And for me, like, that means that my goal is accomplishing that, and I want to continue doing so. So yeah, like, I'm thoroughly grateful for these statistics, and I wish to continue producing content. So yeah, like that's one side of the video that I wanted to first of all just even voice out, because you are the people that have allowed these numbers to come to fruition. So yeah, thank you from the bottom of my heart that you took the time to hear me out, and yeah, like I feel heard that way. So yeah, like my birthday is also coming up, and like with my birthday I come across quite tough emotions, because I deal with trauma from like 2010. My mom's dad's funeral was on my birthday. Sorry if you can hear the bike or the car. It should go. Yeah, it's gone. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, back to what I was talking about. So yeah, I deal with the trauma and the grief and the loss of my mom's dad's funeral on my birthday, and like that year was quite tough for me. So every year I've tried to heal from it, or try to view the day much happier, and that was my goal. Like I hope I feel better than the previous year each year. So yeah, and one of the things that I did was in 2010, like the death of my mom's mom, my mom's dad, and my mom's grandmom within like from June to October. What I started doing was knitting, and it's quite special for me because knitting, like I didn't quite get the grasp of it at that time, and there's an auntie that taught me how to knit during that time, and whenever I used to make those mistakes, she used to try to sort it out for me, and then I used to try again, and I just quite didn't get the grasp of it at that time. Like I used to first of all, like in year 3, like there was this knitting machine where you used to just keep rolling, like pushing the lever round and round, and a scarf being formed. So like I did that in year 3, so I thought like going back to my roots in terms of knitting and attempting to knit again would be quite beautiful and artistic, because art means a lot to me and I'm quite artistic as a person. So I started like with this birthday, like each year for me, I remember in 2010 I said I'm not going to celebrate, I'm not going to do anything like that technically makes me happy, and like it's quite sad when I hear that, but that's how I felt at that time. From feeling that way to feeling like responsible for my family, my mom especially, like the way like her dad protected her, to wanting to protect my family. Like I thought that's my meaning and purpose in life, like my sole meaning and purpose in life, to having that desire that maybe I want to celebrate myself from like random miracles from God, and it was played out quite beautifully that I couldn't have ever imagined, to wanting to celebrate or even get closer to that, and like to know the importance of my existence on the 28th of September. And I just wanted to give myself that chance. And like one of the nights when I was sleeping, I think I might have had a dream of knitting, and it's so weird how our subconscious can play out in our life, and how sometimes it's rooted in things we've done in the past, or whatever we think about or thought about. And knitting came in my mind, and I just thought it was so beautiful that, like, during that time that my granddad passed away, I was knitting and I wasn't quite getting the grasp of it, but becoming like much older, I wanted to give it a try once more. So I have given a try, as you guys can see, and it's far from perfect, like, but I've really given a try from it, and I'm quite proud of myself for doing this. And I feel quite positive about this, because first of all, I've been ill for the last couple of months, so like it impacts your self-worth when you're not able to do the things you've been able to do. But doing knitting, like, it kind of gave me that time where I can process these feelings of grief in a way that I can see how I want to feel in the future, and how art can heal me, or how I can feel peace through each moment that I'm doing this like momentary piece of like creating a scarf. So yeah, like it's been so magical, the process of creating a scarf, and it's not perfect, and like I've made a lot of mistakes even, but I feel good about it, that I was able to transform my grief into art in some sort of way, and to see that, yeah, like moments, and even in that time my innocent little mind was thinking about creating some sort of piece through trying to figure out how to knit, and like to come back to that as a full circle, I think that's just so beautiful. Like, it's so heart touching for me. So I wanted to like get this done before my birthday. My birthday's on Sunday, so this is Thursday, and I I really saw a spark in me throughout the process of it, and I felt like I was doing a little mini project through it, and like I felt like I reached a milestone through this, from feeling grief and upset. Like, I'm quietly optimistic about how Sunday will go, and even if Sunday doesn't go the best, like, I do know that, like, I'm quite connected to my birth time. It's 1920, and yeah, it's kind of the olden days, and 1920 is like a slow progression, but that's just so me. But yeah, like, if I don't feel as up to it on the 28th of September, I can do on the 29th of September from the evening to the following evening. So I can give that a try too. And even if that's not possible, throughout the year, to just know the meaning of my existence and the point that I was born. And like, I do say to my parents when 1920 hits on the clock sometimes, like, look, I was born. And yeah, like, it's quite sweet to me. And yeah, like, I feel like this year I've formed some resources that makes me deal with the trauma, the grief, in a way that I don't see the loss or the pain as the main focal point, but rather to see that through this experience I've learned so much, and I've learned, whilst like a lot of years through grace, that yeah, there's ups and downs in this healing journey, but that yeah, I was able to feel good through creating, and I think that's just so beautiful and so like magical in that way. And yeah, so like I just felt the need to share my knitting. So yeah, this is the cast on for any knitting experts or someone that has knowledge on knitting, and this is the cast off. That was quite hard for me, but I did it today. And yeah, I hope you guys like the video, and like, share and subscribe. It's been a long time since I've said that. And yeah, share it too, if you feel like it would resonate to someone, because my story is quite different and like quite unique in that way. But I do know like maybe it can help someone go through grief as well, and to pick hobbies and interests in things that can provide like deep satisfaction and contentment. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, and yeah, bye for now.